So day one of me doing my essay, I'm listening to The Pretenders and doing my little face mask situation. It's only downhill from here, isn't it, really? Okay, so I finished another 2 articles and I want to sort this situation out. Gross. God, I can't believe I showed you that. That was such an overshare. Now I've sort my hair out. So, this essay, it's not going well. I don't know if you've sensed that vibe thus far. So today's Wednesday. I pretty much started it yesterday. And by started it, I mean read the marking criteria, read the question, and then that was it. Today I've been reading journals. I think I'm on my 5th or 6th. I have no idea anymore, if I'm quite honest. I need to crack on because I have a meeting on Friday with my lecturer, Alex, to discuss my essay proposal that I haven't even obviously written because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I know it's due in January, obviously it's December now. I still want to get it done before Christmas because I've got 2 exams to prep for over Christmas and obviously then Christmas to like have a life. So I don't actually have that much time. So this needs to be done by Monday at the latest. It's like 3,500 words. The question, however, is actually really interesting. I actually really enjoy this one. It's basically a quote and it says, "A dead person is a mere corpse, a piece of decaying organic matter. Mere inanimate things can have no interests, and what is incapable of having interest is incapable of having rights. Is this statement compelling? Explain and defend your answer, illustrating its importance for the practice of medicine." That's my question, 3,500 words. So, I don't have an answer. I feel like my gut instinct was to say, no, it's not compelling, like dead people should have rights. But then the more reading I've done, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, actually, dead people, the only rights dead people have are the rights that they made when they were alive that are now disrespected when they're dead. But realistically, the rights that are being upheld are those of people who are alive, not dead. But then it makes you question, well then, if I'm upholding a right that was made when someone was alive when they're dead, is that a right for when they were alive or when they're now dead? If you know what I mean? I barely know what I mean. So I need to do more research to kind of like, I don't know, get answers from them, people, professionals in this field, to know what the heck I'm supposed to make of it. Actually, I'm dreading this chat with my lecturer because I'm like, he's gonna ask me what I think about it and I don't know. Like what I've just told you is the best that I can offer, and he's gonna be like, so yeah, I best do some more reading. I've got 3 more articles to read that were like set on his reading list, and then I've got to go and find my own articles. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to do it 20 because that will total it up to about just under 30. That's enough, right? Right? I don't even know anymore. I haven't written an essay since April. I don't even know what I'm doing. Let me put the Black Eyed Peas back on. Hi, how are you?
I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I want to talk about what it means to be a person, have rights, and then establish that before linking it in to like, well then does it apply to dead people in this context and then in the medical context and so on and so forth?
I quite like that argument. Try and respond to it in some way.
Okay.
I think at that point you are well on your way to a very good essay.
Okay.
Because I think that it's nice. It's quite inventive. It's not an argument I've heard before.
Bye.
Cool. Right. Bye.
Oh, fruitful. I think that's the first one of these that I've done that's actually helpful. Alex, I appreciate you more than you'll know. So then I had some lunch after the call. This was back when I was eating meat over Christmas, so I had some duck pancakes, rockets, and then I went onto Google Scholar and found all of my articles. So I used the keywords like dead people, moral rights, and downloaded all my articles into a folder so I could read them one by one. So then over Christmas I went home and didn't really get that much done, but I ended up just keeping myself sane by reading a few a day, having little dance breaks in between. I think this one was Taylor Swift, and I think in the end I read about 20 journals over 10 days, so it wasn't too productive, but it did put me in good stead for the new year. It's not working for me, my hair is kind of half wet. Basically today is the first, I say today, it's 9 o'clock at night, okay? Now is the first proper day of writing the essay. I wrote the introduction yesterday, day before yesterday, in like a 3 a.m. haze of just trying to bang it out whilst I knew what I was doing. So I do have 400 words, and today I want to kind of write the rest. I've basically got 3,000 words to write today. And yeah, I just want it gone, I want it done. I'm so tired just from the thought of doing this. I actually don't think I've hated anything more. Like, I must have hated uni essays more than this one, I must have. But this one really, oof, it's up there. Like, the fact that it's just took forever. I've read like 40 articles for this. Some of the first ones I read weren't even relevant, and then I went down a rabbit hole, and then I found things that were relevant. And funny thing is, I wanted this to be done on like the 20th of December, and it's now like the 5th of January, and we're still writing it. It's not going well, but anyway, onwards and upwards. Time to write it. Woo! The way I kind of do it is I like to have 2 documents. I have one with my research and then one with the thing that I'm writing, so I can kind of see them both and hope something gives me some inspiration so I know what I'm writing about, because right now I don't have a clue. And here you can just see me highlighting my references. Each colour represents an argument, and then I group them all together. I find that's a much easier way of looking at the literature and using that to inform the arguments that you make in a longer essay. I want to cry. This is just so draining. I have no explanation as to why. I'm just so tired from doing about 20 minutes of doing this. I'm gonna have to start doing some like jumping jacks or whatever just to get myself pumped up. So I may or may not have just written 300 words, but I also may or may not, no I do, I really do want a nap. So I'm gonna do that. Productivity, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so a little bit of time has passed since I last recorded a clip. I've literally just woken up, and it's 3 p.m. Yeah, you heard that right, it's 3 p.m. and I went to bed at 9:30. So that's like 17.5 hours, and I did just sleep that long, uninterrupted, and I don't know, is that a worry? Is that a health worry? Because I can do that all the time. I'm so overworked and so tired constantly. If I allow myself, I will sleep for 18 hours, like that. But hopefully now, I feel averagely fresh, that I can finish this essay off. I've got 2,000 words left. That's doable for today, right? I'm asking you like you're gonna go, yeah! I mean, it has to be done today. Right, oh god, I look awful. Whatever. So I'm back in bed just because there's actually no reason, I just can't be bothered to sit at a desk right now. I have in my coffee, caramel macchiato, which is my go-to. I've also just had some ready bread, because I'm trying to be healthy, because normally I have pastries in the morning, but I feel like that's creeping up on my waistline, so I'm trying to cut it out. But then I don't like porridge. I don't know why, maybe I'm just a bit of a child inside. So I'm having the ready bread. It's like a nice in-between. I've just realised that I've actually only got 1,250 words. So, I mean, this actually just gives me trauma. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but you know, when you just look at your essay and you're like, it's traumatic. The last time I wrote an essay of this length, I did it at 3 a.m. and cried through it. That was pretty much how I attacked everything at undergrad. And I just don't have the emotional capacity right now to even be bothered to do that. Every night I've tried to write this, even like last night when I was like, I'm gonna stay up and to get this done. Like, I just don't. I'm just like, I'm going to bed. This is not worth my time. That's where I'm at, guys. Positive, positive. I'm honestly reading this and I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I'm basically trying to argue that Joel Feinberg is wrong. It's been a life mission. And his philosophy is just it causes me a little bit of trauma. But like, I'm picking apart one of the scenarios that he's used to basically say that like it's incorrect in every way in which he's applied it. But then I'm trying to link that in. I always struggle with linking stuff in so it flows, because I feel like if someone asked me the question, like outside of an essay, if someone asked me a question, I could give a good answer. But then having to try and write that answer down and make sure it all fits in like a jigsaw so the whole thing flows. I mean, that's the art of essay writing, right? Oh, I find that a bit hard. I find that hard. I don't know if this is something that I just do, or I'm sure other people do this as well, but whenever you're writing an essay, do you ever just like write a sentence and you use a word that you wouldn't normally use in like everyday vocabulary, and then I sit here and I'm like, woof, that's a university, that's a post-grad spice word for me. And then I get doubts that I'm using the word incorrectly or it's not a word, so I have to then thesaurus it or like dictionary it, and then I look it up and I'm like, oh my god, no, I am right, and then I'm like, whew, I'm smarter than I think. Is that just me? The words aren't necessarily big. Like last time I had to Google what a tautology was, so I was like, surely I'm not using this correctly. It's the little wins, it's the little wins. So I had a bath, I had a bowl of pasta, and now I'm gonna go back to sleep. So I'll see you soon. Yeah. Okay, so it's 4:30 in the morning. I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet, but this is where we're at. I've written just under 2,000 words. So with the conclusion, I've got about 1,100-ish left. Not bad. However, I've taken a break to do the quiz in the Evening Standard, because that's productive, right? Basically, I opened this up to do the Sudoku because I love a Sudoku. I find that's like my little break. Either that or I do my Rubik's Cube. I don't know why I'm a nerd, it's just the way I'm made. Yeah, anyway, so I was doing the quiz. Turns out I got 16 out of 20 for the 2020 year quiz. That's not bad. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because I am the world's worst procrastinator. I don't just sit here all night and like type away. No. I do like 10 minutes worth of work and about 45 minutes worth of this. So, yeah. Oh, it's all about Brexit. It's so 2020, no one cares. Right, where are the Sudokus? Here we go. That's my favourite page. Rock on. I would just like to document that it's 7:15 in the morning. I feel like I'm at a point where I've got more caffeine in my system than blood and water, but anyway, I'm listening to this place called like Ultimate Cheese on Apple Music, and I would just like to share the songs that have come up, the last 3 songs, because they are giving me unreal amounts of serotonin right now. I don't know what it is about listening to really cheesy music when I'm writing an essay, but it just gets me so hyped up, like you have no idea, like year 6 disco vibes. Anyway, so steps 5, 6, 7, 8. Mambo number 5, also exquisite, and my favourite that has just come up, which I didn't even remember until it came up, and then it kind of unlocked a weird portion in the back of my brain, and I was like, oh my god, yeah. Swagger Jagger by Cher Lloyd. Now, if you don't know any of those songs, look them up, thank me later. So it's now 3 PM, same day, haven't showered, we're still here. I basically just had a little nap after I last spoke to you, and now I'm finishing off the essay by writing my conclusion. I'm basically just tweaking the conclusion, and then I want to tweak my introduction, you know, the bit where you're like, in this essay I will, blah, 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 that bit. And then we're done. I'm also like 250 words, I think, under my word count, which isn't great. But I've lost the will, so who cares, right? I feel like I'll come back to this probably tomorrow and read it through and be like, oh, I can beef it up here and there. But I have this thing where I feel like I can write really concisely, which then bites me in the arse because I never reach the word count. And I'm just sitting here like, there's literally nothing left to say, unless I say it a bit more rambly, which, tempting. I'm done. Okay, how many words do we have? I need to tweak my intro still, but how many words do we have? 3,360 out of 3,500. That's not bad. That is not bad. That's within my 5%, so she's done. It's like 7:30 and I finally finished it. I wanted obviously to tweak my introduction, and then I had to like do my references and do my bibliography and just generally read it through. So I've done that. Obviously it's Thursday night now and it's due Monday evening, so I do have a little bit of time to play with it. Oh, I'm so happy that it's done. This has been like a work in progress for about 2.5 weeks. Granted, I haven't done it every day for 2.5 weeks and I haven't even done full days, but it's just, I've hated it, basically, and I'm glad it's done. And now I have to revise for my 2 exams, which, that's going to be fun. Don't worry, I will do an exam diaries video too. But yeah, just to talk you through basically what I wrote for my essay, for anyone that's interested. So I basically started with Joel Feinberg's papers and basically used them to structure my own arguments. So I used his definition of an interest and used that to explain why dead people don't have them. He has this whole theory about how dead people can be harmed, and that also suggests that they have interests, and basically picked that apart and said how like that's incorrect. Then talked about rights and said how basically because he uses interests as a precursor for rights, if they don't have interests, can't have rights. And then ended it with like, yeah, but you should still respect the dead, otherwise we can get away with like doing anything to dead people and that doesn't sit right. So you should still be able to like follow people's wishes through and their wills and their funeral directions, but the reasons that we do that isn't because the dead people have interest in rights, it's because the living people do it for their own like selfish reasons. So if I follow through someone's will, it means when I die someone will follow through on my will, and it like creates a societal contract and social norms basically by doing that. And that's pretty much it. And then the medical stuff I talked about is organ donation. Obviously like you can decide if you want to give organs before death, and it can be decided for you after death, and that wouldn't be the case if you had rights. I also talked about medical records, how like because dead people don't have rights, you can get their medical records, which is a good thing in the cases of like disease and stuff, if you have like genetic things in your family that you want to know about. And I also talked about how comatose patients are often compared to the dead because they're both unaware of things that happen to them, but why they're different. And that's pretty much the arguments that I wrote, for anyone that find that interesting. Oh my god, I'm so happy this is done. I ordered a really big Indian takeaway as a little treat to myself because I got a 50% off voucher for Uber Eats, so treat yourself and all that. I'm gonna then eat that, shower, because this is problematic to say the least. Work out, get on with my life. I say that, but I have got exams on Monday, so I haven't done anything for them. I literally have not done anything for them because I've been focusing on this darn essay and Christmas and lockdown and life. But you know, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna end this video here. If you want more videos of me doing essays, let me know. I'm gonna have more crises later on in the term. I'll be happy to capture them. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Hopefully if you were doing essays over Christmas, they didn't end up like my saga. Yeah, see you guys in the next video. See you guys next time. Bye. And yes, I am literally watching Netflix in bed with my curry. Stroke, second half of the curry here. We live in the high life. We out here living the high life.